The flashing red and blue lights painted my peaceful ranch in waves of color. 3 patrol cars had pulled up my gravel driveway. I walked out to meet them. "Sir, we received a 911 call about suspicious activity and possible trespassing," the lead officer said. "We need to see some identification." I smiled as the officer checked his notepad. The caller was Karen Whitfield, president of the Willowbrook HOA. "Officer, I purchased this ranch 6 months ago. This property sits outside the Willowbrook HOA boundaries by about half a mile." 2 weeks earlier, Karen had interrupted my quiet morning. "I'm Karen Whitfield, president of the Willowbrook Homeowners Association. We need to discuss your violations." She claimed the HOA had expanded its jurisdiction to include all properties within a 1-mile radius of their borders. She demanded I register and handed me fake violation notices: wrong fence color, unauthorized livestock. "That's not how HOAs work," I said patiently. "You can't just decide to expand your authority. Please leave." She sneered, "Sheriff Thompson is my brother-in-law. Let's see how that works out for you." I installed high-definition cameras and began documenting every trespass, every fake notice, every threatening voicemail. The situation peaked when I refused to register my horses with her made-up committee. That's when she called 911 to report me as a dangerous trespasser. What Karen didn't know was that I wasn't just some random ranch owner. I was Marcus Chen, the senior vice president of development for Pinnacle Property Group, the company that held the master contract for Willowbrook HOA's legal services and property management. The officer ran my license. "Mr. Chun, I apologize for the confusion. You're clearly the legal owner, but we still need to have a conversation with Ms. Whitfield about filing a false report." I showed the officers my laptop footage: Karen trespassing, leaving threatening voicemails, attempting to intimidate me with made-up rules. "Mr. Chun, would you like to press charges for harassment and trespassing?" the officer asked. "Let me make a phone call first," I replied. I called Janet, president of Property Management Services, who reported directly to me, and Richard from HR. "Janet, it's Marcus Chen. Karen Whitfield just filed a false police report against me." They arrived with Karen, who they told was attending an urgent meeting. The look on her face when she saw the police cars and me was priceless. "What's going on here?" Karen demanded. "Why am I being brought to this violator's property?" Janet stepped forward. "Ms. Whitfield, are you aware that Mr. Chun is the senior vice president of Pinnacle Property Group?" The color drained from Karen's face. "That's impossible." Richard added, "Yet you've been harassing him, trespassing on his property, and now you filed a false police report. Do you have any idea how serious this is?" The officer cited her. "Ms. Whitfield, filing a false police report is a misdemeanor offense. You're looking at up to 6 months in jail and a $5,000 fine for the false report alone." Richard cleared his throat. "Ms. Whitfield, effective immediately. You're terminated from your position on the HOA board. Pinnacle Property Group is severing all ties with you. You'll also be personally liable for any legal fees. I've been HOA president for 8 years. The neighborhood needs me." Karen protested. "The neighborhood needs someone who follows the law," Janet replied coldly. "Security will be at your home tomorrow to collect all HOA property." Karen's shoulders slumped. The clipboard she'd been clutching fell from her hands. "But I was just trying to maintain standards," she said weakly. "By harassing law-abiding property owners and making up rules," I finished. "You turned a volunteer position into your personal dictatorship." The officer handed her the citation. "If you come within 500 feet of Mr. Chun or his property, you'll be arrested immediately." 3 weeks later, I received 2 letters. The first confirmed Karen had pled no contest to false reporting and harassment. She received 6 months probation, 100 hours of community service, and was ordered to pay $13,000 in combined fines and legal fees. The second letter was from the newly elected Willowbrook board, apologizing. They confirmed she had been systematically abusing her position, inventing rules, and embezzling nearly $50,000 over her 8-year reign. I set the letters aside and watched my horses graze peacefully, unregistered and perfectly content. Karen had swung at a ranch owner and hit her boss's boss instead. Her reputation was destroyed, and her HOA throne had become her downfall.